Hello again to all you lovely Mail Plussers. A very happy Thursday to you all. And I'm here to help make it that little bit better and a touch brighter by bringing you today's Mail Plus Trivia Live. I'm Melissa Hartzel, and let me welcome both returning regulars and fresh-eyed quiz newbies to today's quiz, where every weekday we're offering you the chance to win up to £1,000. A few important guidelines for new players tuning in for the first time. I'll be asking you 10 general knowledge questions from categories we know you like. You have 10 seconds to answer each question, and if you answer all 10 correctly, you win a share of the prize money. Over the past couple of weeks, there have been some big wins, and some games have only had a couple of winners to split the pot between. Let's just hope it's your day today. And remember, if you do get one wrong, there's always tomorrow's game to put into practice everything you've learned. Another word of warning though, when you choose and tap the answer you wish to select, there's no changing your choice. And if you turn up a little too late and miss the first question, your dreams of winning the Mail Plus Trivia Live will have already evaporated, so please be on time. If you end up getting one wrong, you'll be eliminated from winning the cash, but you're welcome to carry on playing along. The quiz is always sprinkled with some interesting facts that might be worth your time. All of the nitty-gritty out of the way, let's get on with the fun stuff and dig straight in with question 1. Which British naval hero was killed at the Battle of Trafalgar in October 1805? Lord Collingwood, Lord Nelson, or Admiral Hardy? Trafalgar Square is named after the Great Battle of Trafalgar, and when the south side of the square was being prepared for building in the late 1950s, among the findings were the remains of cave lions, rhinoceroses, straight-tusked elephants, and hippopotami. Amazing to think these creatures roamed around where London now stands. The naval hero killed was Lord Nelson, and to commemorate him, there's Nelson's column standing in Trafalgar Square, guarded by 4 lion statues. It stands just short of 170 feet high, and up until 1977, its cleaners used a precarious arrangement of ladders to get to the top with no safety harnesses. Wouldn't pass today's standards, I'm sure. On to question 2. Which all-girl group's first UK hit, Manic Monday, reached number 2 in the singles charts in February 1986? Destiny's Child, All Saints, or The Bangles? If your memory needs jogging, 1986 was also the year that Oprah Winfrey hit the screens, Halley's Comet reached the closest point to Earth on record, the first case of mad cow's disease was recorded, and Gary Lineker was announced Britain's most expensive footballer of all time. It was The Bangles. The song Manic Monday was actually written by music legend Prince, and the reason it didn't make number 1 in the singles charts is because it was kept off the top spot by Prince's own single, Kiss. Here's question 3. Who lives at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue? Mayor of Washington, Senate Majority Leader, or the President? Pennsylvania Avenue is a 6-mile stretch of road, and if you were still allowed to drive and stop outside 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, which has been banned since 1995, you'd have found the White House and therefore the President. Moving in is extremely stressful for the new occupant. As soon as the sitting president leaves the White House for the president-elect's inauguration ceremony, the staff and movers have only 5 hours to move out all of the sitting president's belongings and move in the belongings of the elected president. Not only is furniture changed and artwork replaced, but the walls are repainted too, all in 5 hours. Manic. But fortunately, moving house isn't a stress we're having to deal with right now. We have a nice relaxing quiz to tend to. Let's see how you're all doing 3 questions in. And well done to 3,146 of you getting that right. We have Richard 3, Sheila 0, Dorothy, and Paul 24. You're off to a flying start. Let's pick up from where we left off with question 4. Which of these biblical names is not used to describe a size of champagne bottle? Jeroboam, Balthazar, or Eliphaz? In 2010, a 200-year-old shipwreck in the Baltic Sea was found to have 168 bottles of perfectly preserved champagne on board, one of which was a bottle of 1841 Veuve Clicquot, the oldest known bottle ever, which sold for £27,000 at auction. I wonder what they drank to celebrate the win. Eliphaz is not used to describe the size of a champagne bottle. King Jeroboam is generally regarded as the founder of the Kingdom of Israel, and Balthazar was one of the 3 wise men who followed the star of Bethlehem to the Nativity. We're almost at the halfway mark. Let's get straight on with it. Here's question 5. Which of these terms is not used in the sport of dressage? Piaffe, peloton, or pirouette? Classical dressage initially wasn't a sporting competition, but a male-only art form which originated from training exercises for the battlefield. It first came to prominence during the Renaissance, however, like many sports, has its roots in ancient Greece, where writings indicate that they'd intricately train their horses with various movements, such as the piaffe and pirouette that we see in modern-day dressage. The peloton, however, is a cycling term, French for platoon, in which the group of cyclists clump up close to each other, shielding each other from the wind, and therefore reducing drag and conserving energy. We're halfway now, and 1,918 players sailing through question 5. Well done to Richard 3, Sheila 0, Paul 24, and Joshua 1. You certainly have no drag holding you back, getting all 5 correct. Keep up the good work. It's time for question 6. Which of these is collected by a philatelist? Coins, stamps, or medals? Some people collect such bizarre items that a name hasn't even been invented for the collection yet. Like a lady from Maine in the States who has 730 unique umbrella covers, and a man in America who collects celebrity locks of hair, including in his collection Elvis Presley, Edgar Allan Poe, Albert Einstein, and he's even got a lock of Abraham Lincoln's hair that the doctors cut so that they could tend to his fatal head wound. A philatelist collects stamps. And if you think a stamp is just a small square of paper with a little drawing on it, well, the most expensive stamp ever sold fetched almost £8 million and was pronounced the most valuable item in the world by weight at 0.4 grams. Only 4 more questions to go. Here's question 7. Which one of these is not one of Rupert the Bear's best friends? Bill Badger, Edward Trunk, or Percy Pug? The first Rupert story was published on 8th of November 1920 and was titled Little Lost Bear, which means that this year will be his centenary. Many of the Rupert annuals are extremely valuable, so go and check in your attic for particularly precious ones between 1936 and 1945. Percy Pug is one of the main antagonists from the film Pocahontas, not to be confused with the popular sweet treat Percy Pig from M&S. Percy Pug has a love-hate relationship with Pocahontas in the first film, but by the second film, they have become friends and he lives with her. Well done to you if you've made it this far. 1,278 players moving on, and are one step closer to winning a share of our £1,000 prize. It's time for question 8. Which of these sums produces the highest number? 40% of 100, 50% of 90, or 60% of 80? A mental arithmetic task here, which is always tricky in 10 seconds. The first option amounts to 40, the second option works out as 45, and the third option is 48, meaning the answer is 60% of 80. It seems so simple when you break it down, but when you've got the clock ticking away, it makes it so much harder under pressure. And well done to 696 of you working that one out so quickly. Lynn, David 29, and Nicola 2. You managed your nerves well on that one. And we're now down to the final 2 questions. Here's question 9. Who is 4th in line to the British throne? Prince Harry, Princess Charlotte, or Prince George? The coronation of a new monarch requires the soon-to-be anointed royal to sit on a Gothic-style armchair that was carved from oak in 1297 and commissioned by King Edward I. The chair is the oldest dated piece of English furniture made by a known artist, and can be found in Westminster Abbey by the High Altar. Fourth in line is Princess Charlotte, and according to shopping polls amongst parents, Charlotte is already a major children's style icon. It's estimated she will be worth over £3 billion to the British economy throughout her lifetime. And quite the journey we've had. We're almost at the end. I think that was a real toughie. 355 of you getting that right. 162 of you thinking it was Prince Harry, and 166 went with Prince George. Well, well done if you got that right. And you're still in the game for the £1,000 prize. Just one final push with our final question, question 10. Which of these artists has not performed at Glastonbury? Shirley Bassey, Elton John, or Dolly Parton? The first Glastonbury festivals were a series of bohemian concerts, lectures and recitals between 1914 and 1926, which found sponsorship from the local budding shoe manufacturing business, which later turned out to be the famous brand Clarks, who still have their biggest shoe factory based in Glastonbury to this day. Amazingly, Elton John has never performed at Glastonbury, and he claims that he's never been asked. Well, if he does eventually get asked, maybe he can perform alongside his longtime collaborator, Aretha Franklin. And no, I don't mean the singer, it's the name that he's given to his piano, naming all of his instruments after famous female singers. And congratulations to 239 winners. Wow, you've strung together 10 right answers in a row. Your time spent absorbing strange facts is paying off. A huge congratulations to Simon001, Thumper, Shirley, Margaret, Yvonne, Shushik, and Yao What's Poppin'. Oh, and to all, of course, all of our winners today. If you're leaving without any money, you're always welcome to try again tomorrow. Pay us a visit and see what the next set of 10 are. They might well be topics that you are a pro in. There are many more chances to win and many more facts to be learned and many more questions to be answered. And which of your friends claim to be a quizmaster? Get them to put their money where their mouth is and play too. Thanks again for playing along with us today, and another huge congratulations to our 239 winners. We'll see you all again at the same time tomorrow, where there'll be another chance to win £1,000 on Mal Plus Trivia Live. Enjoy the rest of the afternoon, hit the books, and goodbye for now.